Stop. Listen to me carefully. The day you stop caring what everyone thinks is the day your real life begins. Right now, someone is judging you. Someone is misunderstanding you. Someone is laughing behind your back. And guess what? It does not matter. Because the prison you are living in is not made of walls. It is made of opinions. And today, we are breaking out. Most people don't live their own lives. They live in fear of reactions. They choose clothes based on approval. They choose careers based on expectations. They stay quiet because they are scared of looking foolish. They scroll through social media and measure their worth with likes. And slowly, without even realizing it, they become strangers to themselves. Let me ask you something. How many decisions have you made just to avoid criticism? How many times did you stay silent when you wanted to speak? How many dreams did you delay because you were afraid of what people might say? That fear feels small in the moment, but over time it becomes heavy. It becomes exhausting. Here is the truth no one tells you. People are not thinking about you as much as you think they are. They are busy thinking about themselves. They are worried about their own image, their own problems, their own fears. The spotlight you think is on you is mostly in your head. But even when people do judge you, so what? Think about it. If you succeed, they will talk. If you fail, they will talk. If you stay the same, they will still talk. So if they are going to talk anyway, you might as well live the life you actually want. There is a quiet power in not caring. Not in a rude way, not in a cold way, but in a calm, confident way. A way that says, I know who I am. When you stop chasing approval, you start chasing growth. When you stop explaining yourself to everyone, you start understanding yourself better. And before we go deeper, if you believe in becoming stronger from the inside, if you want stories that push you to grow, then make sure you like this video and subscribe to English. This channel is for people who are ready to level up mentally and emotionally. Now, let's continue. I remember a man who always wanted to start his own business. He had ideas, talent, and even some savings, but he kept delaying it. Why? Because his relatives said it was risky. His friends said he was dreaming too big. His co-workers laughed and said, "You're not that kind of guy." So he stayed in his safe job. Years passed. He watched others take risks. Some failed, some succeeded, but they all lived. And he stayed stuck. Not because he lacked ability, but because he cared too much. Caring too much is dangerous. It makes you small. It makes you edit your personality. You start filtering your words. You start adjusting your goals. You shrink yourself so others feel comfortable. But comfort is not the same as happiness. There's a difference between respecting people and living for their approval. Respect means you listen. Approval means you depend. When your happiness depends on someone clapping for you, you will always feel empty when they don't. The world rewards confidence. And confidence grows when you take action despite fear. The first time you speak up, your voice may shake. The first time you post your work online, your heart may race. The first time you say no, you may feel guilty. But each time you choose yourself, you get stronger. Let me tell you something powerful. The people you are trying to impress are also insecure. The confident-looking guy, he worries, too. The popular girl, she has doubts. The successful entrepreneur, he still has critics. No one escapes judgment. The only difference is that some people move forward anyway. When you stop caring about being liked by everyone, you become magnetic to the right people. Because authenticity attracts authenticity. When you speak honestly, the ones who connect with you will stay. The ones who don't, they were never meant to be part of your journey. Think about your childhood. There was a time when you laughed loudly without worrying how you sounded. You wore what you liked. You asked questions without fear. You were free. Somewhere along the way, you started caring too much. Maybe a teacher embarrassed you. Maybe friends made fun of you. Maybe family compared you to someone else. And slowly, you built a shield. Not to protect yourself from danger, but to protect yourself from opinions. But that shield also blocks opportunity. It blocks creativity. It blocks real connection. There is a simple exercise I want you to try. Imagine the worst-case scenario. You post a video and people laugh. You start a new habit and someone says it's useless. You change your style and someone criticizes you. Now ask yourself, will that matter in 5 years? Most of the time, the answer is no. We overestimate short-term embarrassment and underestimate long-term regret. Regret is heavier than criticism. Criticism fades. Regret stays. You might be thinking, it's not that easy. And you're right. It's not easy. But it is simple. Start small. Wear what you want one day. Say what you really think in one conversation. Try something new without asking for permission. Every small act of courage builds independence. Another truth. Not everyone is supposed to like you. If everyone likes you, you're probably hiding parts of yourself. Real personality creates reactions. Strong opinions create disagreement. That is normal. That is human. Stop trying to be neutral all the time. Stop trying to be perfect. Perfection is just fear in disguise. It says, if I make no mistakes, no one can judge me. But life is messy. Growth is messy. And mistakes are proof that you are moving. There will always be someone ahead of you. Someone richer, smarter, funnier. But there will also always be someone inspired by you. Someone watching quietly, thinking, if he can do it, maybe I can too. When you step into your true self, you give others permission to do the same. Let's talk about social media for a moment. We live in a time where people post highlights and hide struggles. You compare your behind the scenes with someone else's best moments. And when your post doesn't get enough likes, you feel invisible. But your value is not measured by numbers. Algorithms change trends, but your character stays. If you are constantly refreshing your screen for validation, you are training your brain to depend on approval. Break that habit. Create for expression, not for applause. Speak because you have something to say, not because you want everyone to agree. Freedom begins when you accept this. Some people will misunderstand you, and you will survive. Some people will leave you, and you will survive. Some people will criticize you, and you will survive. Your life is too short to live as a performance. Imagine waking up tomorrow with zero fear of judgment. What would you do differently? Would you apply for that job? Start that channel. End that toxic relationship. Move to a new city. Wear that outfit. Speak your truth. The only thing stopping you is the invisible audience in your head. Let me be honest with you. Even making content like this can feel scary. There will always be someone who says it's too simple, too dramatic, too unrealistic. But if one person listens and feels stronger, it is worth Italiano. That is the mindset you need. Focus on impact, not approval. When you stop caring what others think, you start caring more about what you think. And that changes everything. You begin to set boundaries. You say no without long explanations. You stop replaying conversations in your head at night. You sleep better. You smile more. You walk differently. There is a calm energy around you because you are not constantly seeking permission to exist. And here is something important. Not caring does not mean being disrespectful. It means not letting opinions control your direction. You can listen without absorbing. You can hear criticism without letting it define you. There is a powerful question I want you to remember. Whose life am I living? If the answer is based on fear, it's time to change. Many people reach the end of their lives with one painful realization. They lived according to expectations, not desires. They kept the peace, but lost themselves. Don't let that be your story. Start today, not next year. Not when you feel ready. Ready is a myth. Action creates readiness. And if this message is hitting you right now, don't just watch and leave. Stay with it. Let it sink in. Because change begins with awareness, but it grows with repetition. Remind yourself daily that you are not responsible for managing everyone's opinion of you. You are responsible for your effort, your integrity, your growth. Picture yourself 5 years from now. 2 versions stand in front of you. One version kept playing small, always adjusting, always worried. The other version took risks, faced criticism, and kept moving. Which one looks happier? Which one feels proud? That future is being built by the choices you make today. And as we come closer to the end of this story, I want you to do something simple. Think of one thing you have been postponing because of fear of judgment. Just one. Make a promise to yourself that you will take the first step this week. Not a huge leap. Just one step, because courage is not loud. It is quiet. It is a decision made in private that changes everything in public. If this video spoke to you, I want you to comment below and tell me one area of your life where you will stop caring about opinions. Share this video with someone who needs this reminder. Sometimes one message at the right time can change a mindset. And if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to English Stuff Stories so you don't miss more powerful stories that push you to grow stronger from the inside. Remember this. People will judge you no matter what, so you might as well be judged for being real. Stop shrinking. Stop hiding. Stop waiting. Your life is not a rehearsal. This is it. The moment you stop caring about what others think is the moment you finally start living for yourself.